Morning guys, today is Monday, March 23rd. It is now week 2 of our quarantine, of our shelter in place. I decided to get up, get myself together. I journal already. I got my list of things I need to get done today, and I decided to just sit down and just record. Today I want to record the 10 ways how I changed my mindset. I think especially with what's going on right now, it's really hard to keep a healthy mindset. Yesterday I was kind of in a funk and I was not really on top of my mental health, and so I took these precautions like I did couple months ago to get to where I am today. So I wanted to share those tips with you guys and hopefully it helps. I did write them down. For looking down, I'm looking at my paper because I don't want my head all over the place. I wanted to speak clearly and straightforward. But first, I do want to talk about self-care and discipline. I think the two biggest things that I have adapted to and that I have come to love and making sure that I'm always put together is my self-care. Yes, it sounds easy, but sometimes when you're in bed at night and you're kind of lazy and you're tired and you're like, oh, I have to brush my teeth. Right there, change that mindset. You're brushing your teeth for a reason, to have a pretty smile, to not have to go to the dentist and get cavities filled, so forth. So a couple of self-care tips that I have recently adapted to was Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays are like kind of my like light, easy midweek where I kind of put myself back together for the rest of the week. Wednesdays are kind of like our hump day where we're trying to push through the rest of the week. So Wednesdays I like to do a face mask. I like to, if I need to, I like to shave my legs. I use coconut oil, so it's really hydrating my skin. Yeah, and then on Fridays, I wash my hair. Again, I exfoliate my skin. I shave my legs if I need to. I extra moisturize. I do 2 face masks. I have a whole night routine that I like to do, and it's amplified Wednesdays and Fridays. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, same thing. I do my self-care in the morning and at night, but it's not to the extreme. But again, every day I moisturize. Why? Because your skin needs lotion. I feel a lot of people would take that for granted. It's like, no, put on your damn lotion. My brother, for example, he never puts on freaking lotion, but I have put it in my daily routine, and now it is just part of it, and I'm disciplined. I never go a day without putting a lotion on, and my skin has thanked me, as you can see, has thanked me so much. But that is just an example. Another self-care tip is to eat proper nutrition. I cannot express enough how important it is to keep on top of the foods that you're eating. Like, there's no reason to shoveling down horrible bad chips that are high in inflammation, and when you can have the access to chips that won't cause so much inflammation, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's an easy fix, but you just have to be willing to want to do it. Or substituting your sugary sodas for natural juices, or I don't know what else is out there. They have sparkling waters. There's different alternatives, but you need to be willing to take the next step to give back to your body and love your body. And that's also another tip. Self-care is drinking lots of water. I know I take this for granted sometimes, but I have dug it into my routine and I'm still adapting to it, but trying to drink at least a gallon of water. I, for myself, do not like cold water. My roommate does, and we have a Brita that we put in the fridge. So I took it upon myself to get just a jug, and I pour the Brita water in there every day, and I drink the whole thing. I'm able to track it, and I just drink it all. A tip is, in the morning time, what I like to do is I literally just chug tons of water. I drink water as much as I can in the mornings. I know in the afternoons I don't really want to drink that much water, so I do that. So I guess those are just kind of some of my self-care tips. Also, discipline. I will talk a lot more about this later on in my tips, but discipline is what is going to separate those who are successful and those who aren't. It's easy to be lazy. Anyone can be lazy, right? So, if you don't want to be lazy and you want to reach your goals, you have to be disciplined. First, it's really hard. It really is. But later down the road, you're gonna realize it becomes a lot easier. So you have to really be mindful that if you want to change your mindset, you have to be disciplined, and you have to take these precautions, and you have to take this seriously, and you have to work at it every single day. It doesn't just come naturally. Now it's more natural for me. Some days it is harder than others, but you have to stick to it. Now we're gonna get into just 10 ways you can change your mindset. Let's go. All right, now I'm gonna dive into my 10 tips on how to change your mindset. Again, you have to be disciplined and do these actions every single day. I'm not gonna say these exact tips are gonna help you, but this is exactly what helped me and what's still helping me to this day. And I do take these tips, and when friends come to me and they need advice, I do pull a lot of my tips from here and I give them to them, and a lot of them say it helps them. So here are my top tips. I'm just gonna read them through and then I'll go break them down one by one. 1 would be pray and meditate. 2, journal. 3, read. 4, listen to podcasts or YouTube videos, anything that you can listen to, music. 5, eat nutritional foods. 6, drink lots of water. 7, this one might be a little bit different, but to forgive yourself, and I'll go more in depth on that in a little bit. 8, work out and move, stretch, yoga, run, whatever you like to do, but try to get active. 9, faithful manifestation, and I'll get more into what that really is. And last but not least, guess what it is? Staying disciplined. So now that you know all the tips right off the bat, I will go break down each and every single one of them. So the first one, pray and meditate. Although I am faithful and I pray, I still do meditation. And I should say I'm trying to get into meditation, but I really, really highly recommend you to try and step out of your own comfort zone and your own bubble and try to think, what do you truly believe in? What do you believe in? Whatever you choose is what you choose. I believe in God. That is me. But with my faith, it has altered who I am as a person. Yes, I go to Bible study. Yes, I go to church on Sunday. If not, I watch church online. Every morning, I listen to worship music. I read my Bible. I have this book where it's like daily scripture readings. I actually am reading the Bible front to back right now. You know, that is personally what I need to do spiritually to be the best that I can be. I believe that praying and meditating kind of gets you to be comfortable within yourself and comfortable with an idea that there is something bigger and better than you. And having that faith has really pushed me to not be worried about what's going on right now, but to see past these small hiccups in the road and be able to see what is in the future. And because I had or do suffer from anxiety, I used to worry a lot about the future. And sometimes you really can't worry about it too much and just know that for me, with my faith, that God has a plan for me, and that if I stay faithful and I do what I need to do as a son of God, He's going to convey that message to me in any way, in shape or form that I'm able to listen. So yes, there's times where I sit and I listen for God for 10 minutes because, you know, sometimes I do worry. Sometimes I have panic attacks. Sometimes I do want to binge eat, or, you know, I go through those times in my life where I'm just like, I feel out of control and that I need to control it, but I can't control my anxiety. All I can do is manage it. But what I can do with my faith is reach out to God and be like, hey, I need help right now. Help me through this time. I know a lot of people meditate. I'm trying to get into meditation a little bit more, but again, it's centering yourself, being able to be comfortable in moments of weakness. And so I really believe that praying and meditation has altered my life completely. All right, number 2 would be journaling. I picked up on journaling. I started last year, but I really dove in November. Like actually sitting down practically every single day and journaling. Sorry, I'm looking down because I want to show you guys. Like, this is from November to now. I journal everything. I believe that when you are going through your panic modes, times of worry, your anxiety starting to suffocate you, and your mind is racing, there's a reason for that. And a lot of times putting pen to paper, you're able to get all those emotions out. And I end up like writing a letter to God. And it's like my message to him, like, I need help right now. And at the end of the day, I truly figure out what is going on in my mind. Sometimes talking to people might help, so if you don't really like journaling, maybe if you have a faithful best friend, your mom, your roommate, a coworker, someone that you truly, truly admire and respect and look up to, sometimes just talking it out. And I know a lot of people do need to talk it out. For me, I do need to talk it out, but for who I am, journaling really helps. So I highly recommend getting a book. And another thing about journaling is don't force it. Wanting to take upon a new task is really different. It's really hard to say, I'm going to journal every single day. I know that when in times of weakness and struggle, I do pick up my journal and I do journal and I do write. And sometimes I write pages and pages. For example, I was on a flight in December and I was feeling really anxious and I wrote like 5 to 6 pages and it just flowed out of me and I felt so much better after. So maybe say like once or twice a week you're gonna journal, and then you're gonna realize it's actually addicting, and so you'll get to journaling a lot more. So that's just a tip. Third tip is reading. I started actually this whole journey with going to church, and I was at home for Thanksgiving. No, I think it was Halloween. And I went to church on Sunday. And the pastor, it was a new church that I had never been to. And the pastor had a message. And he basically said, to sum it all up, like, it's time for a change. If you want to take a change, do it now. And at that time of my life was kind of spiraling out of control. So I took it upon myself, and I actually had this book in my Amazon cart for a while, and I was like, I need to just buy it, and I bought it. And it was a 40-day prayer guide. I'll link the book down below from Amazon, and I read it every single day, and it taught me the power of prayer and the different miracles people had with prayer, and it really gave me hope that I haven't had in so long. And so it really taught me to step outside my comfort zone and pray in such a way of not begging, and it's not demanding. There's like a fine line, but in a way it's like, you know what you need in life, you know where you want to go, but you want God to lead you there. You want God's help. So I really recommend getting a book that inspires you daily and just read that. I like the 40-day prayer book, so it wasn't like I had to read it past or beyond 40 days. I could read whenever, but in that time where I felt really down, it was like, okay, I'm gonna do this every single day. So if you want a book like that, find a book like that, or find a book that spiritually awakens you. Okay, next one, number 4, listen to podcasts, YouTubes, music, whatever you like. I know there's times where my mind is racing and I don't have the ability to just journal, and so sometimes I'll put in my headphones. Like this morning, like right here, I had my headphones and I was listening to worship music, and it really gets me ready for the day, gets my mind set on God. There's times where I need answers, and all I do is I just put my headphones in and I listen to podcasts. I love podcasts. I will link some podcasts that I truly have been listening to like every single day down below, because I think it has helped me become who I am today. YouTube actually is really good too. I watch YouTube all the time. It's literally, I don't even watch TV, I watch YouTube all the time. You can ask any of my friends. Like, I love YouTube. Let's see, next one. Tip 5 and tip 6. Drinking lots of water and eating nutritional foods. What you eat is so important. You are what you eat. You've heard that term so many times. Your gut is your second brain. From all the health problems I've gone through, it all started with my health and what I was eating. I realized my body wasn't able to digest certain foods, and every body is gonna be different. So when people put you on a diet plan, realize that your body is different than my body. I've had to adapt to these different ways of eating because of what my body can take. So don't be discouraged if you can't eat certain foods that your friends eat. You know, it's okay. Everyone's body's completely different. But try to figure out what your body needs to do the things you want to do and be the best at your ability. Once I altered my foods and started eating to what my body needed, my mind started clearing up. One of the huge symptoms of having food allergies or an autoimmune disease is foggy brain. If you've ever had a concussion, you know what foggy brain really feels like, but I could not think clearly. My mind was always racing. I could never concentrate on something. Nothing was very clear, and so it was very frustrating trying to do schoolwork. And I realized that I wish during school I knew this, because as being a science major, you have to memorize a lot of stuff. Anatomy, I had to memorize my whole body structure, and it was so hard for me. And I put in so much extra work that if I had the right nutrition for my body, I believe that I would have excelled way better in school. So take it upon yourself. You know, there's all these people post what they eat in a day, and yes, find inspiration, but find what works best for you. I can't have any nuts. Although I'm only allergic to peanut butter, I can't have nuts. I'm allergic to tomatoes. I can have tomatoes. Garlic, I'm sensitive to garlic. It does not do well with my stomach. So, you know, I've had to adapt to these things. So find what's best for you. And then my other tip was drinking water. Again, your body is full of water. You cannot go and live productively without water. This analogy my teacher kind of told us, kind of TMI, but after she said that to me, it stuck in my brain. So when you're eating foods, right, think of it as a log. Think of a log drifting down a river, right? If the river doesn't have any water, it's just gonna be stuck. And if there's a lot of water, the log is gonna flow down nice and smoothly, right? Just like your food. Your food needs water to push it down, to clear it out. Your kidney needs water. Your liver needs water. Your bloodstream needs water. Like, your whole body just needs water. Right now, my lips are dry. I need water. So drink lots of water. All right, next tip. Number 7. All right, this one. To forgive. I had built up so much anger and resentment with relationships in my family, friendships. I always felt like I was that friend that bent over backwards to make anyone and everyone happy, but I was kind of the punching bag. And I don't want to sound like a victim. I know I wasn't the best who I was back then. I was not super nice person as I am now. But I was not able to forgive so many people. I just buried all my problems. And so realizing the importance of forgiveness is not for them, but it's for you. I read this book by Shetty Speaks. I will link the book down below. And it talks about forgiveness. And I never realized what I needed was to forgive those people, to move on from the hurt. I felt like I was never good enough. I felt like because I was the only Black girl in my friend group, I wasn't good enough. My hair was different in high school than anyone else's. I always straightened my hair. I never felt good enough. Although on the basketball court I did feel good enough, that was my happy place. And that's why I always wanted to be there, because I did feel good enough. So if you're having areas of where you don't feel good enough as a person, you need to really ask yourself, why do I feel this way? And an easy way is trying to forgive those people. So here's a tip that Shetty Speaks in his book had taught me. And it's write a list out of all the people that hurt you. Coworkers, family members, friends, teachers who said something to you that made you feel not good enough. I've had that happen. Siblings, roommates, coworkers, bosses, you know, anyone who really made you feel you weren't good enough. Write all those names down. After you write all those names down, write a letter. I know it sounds like a lot, but after you write this letter and you really put down on paper, like I said earlier with journaling, after you put down the reasons why you're hurt, you're able to see like, oh, that's why I'm hurting. And realize that, like, for me, again, I wasn't good enough. That's not true. I'm good enough. Although those people told me I wasn't good enough or made me feel that way, I know now that I am good enough. And after doing that, he did say, like, if you wanted to give those letters to people, I never did, that it changed your life. And he has so many testimonies in his book of people doing this and able to forgive themselves. And once I was able to forgive these people, I was finally able to forgive myself for feeling this way. And I was able to get my confidence back. So I highly recommend to write down a list of people who hurt you. Write those letters. And again, you don't have to give them to them. You can throw them away. But it really helps putting pen to paper and writing down why you were hurt. Next one, work out and move. It is so important to get your body moving. Like, you have an able body. I used to work as a occupational therapist at a camp and as a teacher. And I worked with so many students who were in wheelchairs, cerebral palsy, who minds were the age of 3, but their bodies were physically 7 years old. You know, like, they weren't able to function as well as an able body. And although I do not look down upon anyone who is in those situations, but those little human beings, when I was a teacher, I worked with 7 and 8-year-olds physically, but mentally a lot of them were, they ranged but like 2 to 4 years old. They were such happy little kids. And it's like, if they can be so happy, why can't we? So realizing that you have the ability to move, don't be fucking lazy. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but you have an able body. If you're not getting up, going for a walk, stretching, working out, like, what are you doing? What are you really doing? You need to get up and get moving. Me, I got a personal trainer. I played sports my whole life. Coming to college, I gained that freshman probably 20. Not the 15, probably 20, 25. It happened. Although I was going to the gym, I did not have a clear path. I was going to the gym just to move my body, which is good. But then I took it to the next level. I got a coach. She has taught me so much. And I gained the confidence back. And yeah, because my body looks good, I feel good. I'm not going to lie. Yes, we all work out to physically get stronger, but you're damn right. I work out because I want to feel good and I want to look good. It's just facts. And once you feel good and confident in your own skin, you feel unstoppable. It's like, what else? What can't you do? Right? You're doing what you can for your own body. Like, now you want to help others. And that's where I am right now, is I want to help you. I want to help people get their minds where they need to be and get their bodies where they need to be. Because once you do, your whole world just feels put together. It's so important to just feel put together, because when you feel put together and you become your own light, you become a light in the world and you help so many other peoples around us. And right now, with how humanity is going, we need as many people to be that light in the world. So sorry for my going off topic, but to work out and to move your body, find something that you like. Again, you don't have to lift weights. So do something to move your body. Jump rope, like, I don't know, swimming. I actually, on a podcast, heard that, and it was talking more about mental stability. And they said the best type of working out to keep your brain sharp is like tennis table. Having that hand-eye coordination and your brain's always working. Table tennis, ping pong. I don't know, something to just keep your body moving. Release those endorphins. Those endorphins help you and put a smile on your face. So why would you not want to do that? You're being lazy. Stop being lazy. Get up right now and go do something. Next one is faithful manifestation. So I don't know if you've heard this. I've never heard this term, but I kind of put it together on my own. But let me just break down the definitions of faithful and manifestation. So faithful, being loyal and constant. Manifestation is a display or show by one's acts or appearance. So when you put those two things together, you get a constant display or show by one's acts or appearance. Right? As simple as that. Having faithful manifestation for me, and what that looks like is, one, being faithful in my relationship with God. Manifesting what the purpose that God put me on this planet. And I believe right now that is to help others. In which way? I'm still trying to get there, but I'm manifesting it to be in a way to help people change their minds, to change their life, to physically get as strong as they please and to feel beautiful. So you know, I'm kind of putting those together and getting a faithful manifestation. I don't believe that manifesting or in idolizing cars, money, fame is right. Although, yes, I want to increase the number of viewers on my videos, but that is a sole purpose to help people. I'm not looking at it to get the money, to get the fame, to get the like. You don't have to like me. I could care less. I love myself. I don't need other people's opinions or to like me. I really don't anymore. I used to, I don't anymore. But manifesting what desires you want in life, I think is so key to really visualize where you see yourself is a key aspect to how successful people have gotten to where they want to be. Yes, I have manifested wanting to live in a certain area, but in order to get to that area, I have to work hard right now, because right now I'm in an area, not that I don't want to be, but it is not my place in the world, I believe. I believe that I'm supposed to be somewhere certain, and when I'm there, my life is just going to explode. It's going to be, you know, it's gonna feel right. I'm going to feel right in my element. And so I'm still learning this faithful manifestation myself, but I like this term in understanding that it's okay to visualize your life ahead. And I know with having anxiety, that's really hard because you want to know where you are going to be, and that's where a lot of my anxiety come from, is like, I need to be this, I need to be that, but that's worrying about where I want to be. Manifesting is like, I want to see this, I'm gonna make it happen. How do I make that happen? And that's being in the moment right now. That's me finally sitting down making this video. That's me sitting down today, editing these videos, getting these videos up, you know, not caring about what or how people are going to react to these videos. I'm manifesting being a light in the world to helping others. I used to think, and like even last week with everything going on, I kind of looked down upon myself wanting to boast about my accomplishments. I don't know if you watched my other video, but now I'm assistant personal trainer with my coach. I actually have been wanting to work with her for a while now. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I didn't, but it ended up happening and I was ready for it. That is what faithful manifestation is to me. The last tip was discipline, but there actually is one more I want to talk about. So yes, discipline. I want you guys to understand that discipline doesn't mean, like with the whole journaling thing, is to do it every single day. I want to tell you that the discipline means that in the times of need, that when you really need to do it, don't be lazy and eat your feelings away. Don't be lazy and just watch reality TV and try to drift away from your problems, but it's to deal with them. Stay disciplined in all these areas to be a better you. I guarantee you that once you get yourself on this road, you're going to just have a smile on your face constantly. I have a good friend that I met through Instagram, and she was going through a lot of stuff, and she found God again in her faith, and she's been reading a lot, and she's been active on her social media and expressing her feelings. And you know, when you feel in alignment with your life and you feel exactly where you want to be, you want to continue to spread that joy and that love, because you're on that path of becoming who God wants you to be. So I really, really highly recommend you to stay disciplined in these areas. All right, last one, because I know this is kind of a long video, is staying patient. Having anxiety, I didn't know what patience meant. I really didn't. I'm not a patient person. Well, I should say, I wasn't a patient person. There are some areas where I'm trying to really practice patience, but with your life, you need to be patient. I cannot express enough that you do not need to know where you're going to be in 3 to 6 months. You don't. Life is constantly evolving. Your life will constantly be changing. Being patient is so key to getting to where you need to be. Back in November, when I started this journey, I did not think 5 months from now I would be where I am. Is that 5? 4 months. 4 months to be where I am right now. I did not think that, but I was so patient. There were nights, yes, I was crying, asking God to give me patience. I wasn't asking him, I was telling him, Give me patience. Give me peace in my heart. Tell me to slow down. Take a step back. I started breathing, meditating. That's when I really realized that patience is a part of the game. And if you like it or not, it really is. And having patience with God has allowed me to be in alignment with who I am today. Being patient has gotten me the opportunities that I've received today. But the thing is, with patience, you still have to put in the hard work, because when those doors approach you, they aren't always going to approach you like a door. They're going to approach you sometimes as an enemy, as something that you need to overcome in order to get to that door. And when you are at that door, you need to be ready to open it and walk through it. Through adversity, you're going to see who you really are. And either you're going to strive through adversity or you're going to collapse and fall behind. So I push you again, stay patient. And when those enemies come to you, don't be mad, don't be sad, but be like, that means a door's opening up for me. That means it's time to put my head down, get to work, and I'm going to be able to open that door and step through that door and get those experiences that you want and that you need. With the whole Nasty Fit photo shoot, guys, I'm not a model. I know to take selfies, not even of myself, but like in a mirror. I was so out of my element, so uncomfortable, but with the confidence I have, I was just like, I'm gonna do it. The door was opened, I stepped through it, and I got it. And with that photo shoot, my social media has blown up. I received, not gonna boast about this, but I received 500 followers in a week. I don't know if that's a lot, but again, with my faithful manifestation, I want my social media to blow up, not for the fame, but so I can get my message across to people. Again, I want to help people. That has always been a desire of mine. That's why I became a science major. But I'm in this field to where I want to help people. It's just who I am as a person. I'm constantly asking those around me, do you need help? My mom, do you need help? And my sister, what do you need me to do to help you? You know, that's just who I am as a person, and I want to continue to help as many people as I can. And that's through social media. So be it. That's the time we live in. Through YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all of it. I want to help as many people as I can. And I'm going to use this platform to help others. So again, just stay patient through all of this. Stay patient and discipline. Patience, discipline, and consistency. That would be the third one, would be staying consistent. Same thing with being disciplined is, again, doing the same things in a routine every single day. Because once you do that every single day, it's going to be easy. It's going to come natural. And once it comes natural, your life is going to alter. And when your life alters, you're going to, again, become in alignment with who you are. And when you're in alignment with who you are, you become that light in the world that we need. And we need more lights in the world. We don't need angry people. Look what's happening to our earth with all the angriness. It's so ugly. I think it's easier to hate and to be ugly and mean than it is to just be loving and nice. Like, no judgment, free judgment zone. No one should judge others. You are not better than the person next to you. We're all equal. The difference between successful people and non-successful people, yes, some of them are handed or in better situations with money and family and whatever. But if the person over here who doesn't have the best family, didn't grow up the best, but they stayed consistent, patience, where they stayed consistent, had patience and stayed consistent. Did I say the same thing? They had patience, they stayed disciplined, and they had consistency. They're going to get successful. It's without a doubt they're going to get successful. So I harp on it so much to take these tips to heart, really try to put them into practice, stay patient, stay disciplined, and stay consistent. Those 3 things, man. If you got it, power to you guys. All right, thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave me some comments down below if you want more of these. I know kind of sitting down and just listening is not always the best, but is what I needed to do to get my message out there. And I hope you guys are having, I don't want to say happy containment, but right now there's a perfect time to practice these things and alter your life schedule and your routines and trying to get into alignment with who you are. And maybe at the end of this whole shelter in place, you're gonna become a better you, and you didn't even know that. So I hope you guys are having a great time. Love yourselves, love others around you. Do what you can right now to help. Stay home. I know I kind of said this in my Instagram story, but I did go to the beach last weekend, and I kind of do regret it because I want to do my part as a human on this earth and stay in shelter and stop this virus. So do what you can right now to stop this virus, and I will see you guys in another video. Love you guys. Bye.